Trials, trials, trials. So according to the last twab, the cumulative win-based matchmaking will be added, meaning that your total wins in the whole weekend will prioritize against similar win counts. At first glance, this seems great, so that players going flawless don't feel an immediate insurmountable jump in skill once entering the flawless pool. However, when you stop and think about it, this change really doesn't benefit anybody. If you're a low skill player and try and fail too often, then you're in stricter matchmaking. And if you're a high skill player who wins a lot, then you're in a desert island of stricter matchmaking. Before elaborating any further, let it be known that Trials problems are multifaceted, and before any amount of feedback is useful, we need to know what Trials is trying to be. What are its goals? Is it supposed to be competitive, loot-driven? Is the loot supposed to be handed out? Is it a themed PvP playlist like Iron Banner? Is it supposed to be team-based? Is it solo prioritized? Etc. We don't know what it is. But Bungie finally hit us with a nail-on-the-head solution to matchmaking, but unfortunately it can't be implemented until Season 16. It reads, long-term we are exploring some single playlist solutions, preferential matching of full fire teams against other full fire teams, duo plus solo against another duo plus solo. We don't have a specific release target for this yet, but it will not be prior to Season 16. This twab talks a lot about the goal to reduce blowout 5-0 matches in Trials, but I feel this, while a noble goal, is a bit too overly ambitious considering the PvP design of Destiny. It snowballs advantage. For example, if tournament grade teams match each other, they can still, and they usually do, 5-0 each other because round 1 and round 2 are the most important rounds to gain advantage for the rest of the match. Oftentimes teams impatiently play round 1 badly and then get snowball 5-0'd despite the match being closer than the score illustrates. The reality of the situation is that a low skill and or casual Destiny player is likely to quit PvP altogether when 5-0'd. They are not experienced enough to distinguish a close match from the score. Even in the control playlist, most matches that Mercy are a result of snowballing, where the match ends before I'm even allowed to make a comeback. I think that efforts put into the game mode, sandbox, and clear playlist goals would yield more results than drip-feeding free wins eventually with some wild matchmaking protocol. The playlist goals are the most important. So who is the target audience? If it's everybody, then loot RNG is the biggest problem, since everybody gets a matchmaking balance to an average of 1 or 2 adept drops per weekend. A rich and refined weapon crafting system can also solve this, and so can a ranked playlist. If it's for low skill players, then getting 5-0'd is the problem. If it's for expert players, then the game mode is the problem. I'm going to reach here. I'm going to try to draw some parallels to PvE. In most PvE activities, you can sit in the back and plink away at everything with a scout rifle. While it's not a flashy way to play, it gets the job done. For an expert PvE player, this gets boring fast, so they ask for more difficult encounters that have mechanics that force movement beyond basic cover management. PvP elimination game mode has similar scaling. A low skill player sits in the back and charges their super. It's not flashy, but it gets the job done. For an expert PvP player, this gets boring fast, so they ask for objectives to force movement beyond basic cover management. I would love to see more Trials cards added to bridge the gap between these different player types. Here are some easy examples off the top of my head. Mercy could be changed to 30 wins equals the Lighthouse, but losses are irrelevant. That word's hard to say. Wealth could be more currency in engrams. Wisdom could be more EXP and guarantee pinnacles on the 30th win. Confidence would guarantee an adept drop 100% beyond the flawless pool, so there would be like a special pool beyond flawless where the matchmaking prioritizes other beyond flawless players first, but there is a loss penalty on the confidence card. For ferocity, there is no loss penalty. It skips you to the front of the line of the beyond flawless matchmaking, but you only have a 10% chance of an adept drop on a win. Then you could have something cool like a Sherpa card. Succeeding someone's first flawless of the season adds a number to an emblem and gives juiced rewards to all involved, but the Sherpa can give up rewards to gain an extra mercy. If weapon crafting brings an extra material cost that comes from Trials, that could be weaved into this reward structure, and there's a lot of flexibility to be talked about here. Ultimately, I'd love to see a ranked competitive playlist with only cosmetic rewards. I dislike Trials at the moment because it really does try to be everything at once, yet it also houses the best PvP weapons in the game, making it a chore to farm out for all involved. While I personally cross my fingers at objective PvP modes and a less potent, instant, easy win button sandbox, I'm all for whatever the best solution is for Destiny as a whole. If Bungie's listening to this video, what I care most about is that player investment is respected and that replayability for minute-to-minute, day-to-day experience is prioritized. Thanks for listening to my ramble today.
One in the middle. One on their left door. I don't know where the...
Oh, you got damage resistance? That's cute.
One's in mid still.
I don't know.
Pushing you, pushing you.
He's going for
Blind.
res, I think.
You walk through
My
the
res,
smoke.
no one's watching my res yet.
Yeah, I'm going to elite.
Oh,
He's
LPR!
coming, elite. He's coming, he's coming.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good night gaming, boys.
Enjoy your drinks. Hold mid and then laugh at them camping in the spawn.
Can't help you, bro.
Killed 2 radars. Blind mid.
The fuck? Okay.
Wow, okay.
They wanted no
That's-
smoke after that shit.
Yep.
Alright.
This might be an unlisted one for me.
Unbelievable.
The Stompy Hunter couldn't do it, man.
That is unbelievable that they rage quit after one
The other
round.
guy quit him out mid shatter dive.
So I posted this clip to illustrate that round 1 is the most important round. If you don't have momentum, you are better off just quitting the match and resetting the card. And that makes sense. We see this sort of thing all the time, and I thought that was a perfect example clip. I hope you enjoyed the ramble and the auto rifle footage. I don't know why I like this auto rifle. It shouldn't perform well, but it hits different. See you in the next one.